Welcome, Scorpio, to your love reading for December 30th to 31st of 2018. Let's check into what's going on with you before the new year starts. So, we're going to look into the theme. What's going on with you? The theme for Scorpio for December 30th to 31st. So, we have clear communication. You're receiving truth. You're thinking about something in the right way. It's usually dishing it out or it's coming in. This is often a new beginning, but the intellect, you're on to something in your love life, and I feel like that's a good thing. It's like you know something. All right, so let's see what's crossing for Scorpio. So then you have the King of Wands, and I feel like you might be whatever it is, you might be aggressively devoting some time to career. You might also be expressing what you've been through in your love life, trying to achieve certain things, your personal experience with what you've gone through with somebody else, and being very clear about what's what now and not being confused any longer. That's what it seems like to me. Let's see the base of the matter. So you might be dealing with an air sign. Fire sign is showing up as well. Let's see the base of the matter for Scorpio. Then we have the High Priestess showing up, and that is usually when your intuition may have been very clear, and it might be over the next 2 days, and something, maybe an epiphany or something has kind of come out, and now you're kind of allowing it to soak in and kind of understanding something. So I feel like this is kind of learning through your own experience, your intuitive experience about something in your love life. And Pisces is showing up here with the High Priestess, and what I feel, and that's having access to different dimensions of knowledge that you may not have access to before previously. So sometimes I feel things might be a bit clearer for you over the next 2 days. All right, especially when it deals with secret relationships or a secret connection. And I mentioned this to you before about dreams about someone. Sometimes they can be very helpful. Other times they can bring a lot of confusion and kind of deciphering whether or not it's something healthy for you or not, something that's not beneficial and not based on a fantasy. All right, so let's see recent past for Scorpio and love. So there may have been a lot of stress when it comes to you wanting attention or affection or recognition from your partner or even different people. Sometimes this could be in a bad way, because where you want the attention from a certain person, but it's the healthiest, all right? Especially if this is only based on a some kind of dream or a dream that you wanted to manifest, but it may not have been manifesting how you wanted to because someone may have been holding back from you. You could have been holding back from someone else. So that's the energy of either talking to different people or wanting attention from someone that is not naturally giving it back to you, so that could have you feeling a bit down when it comes to your confidence levels being challenged. All right, so what's on your mind this week for Scorpio? What's on your mind? So Libra had this as well, and this is an energy of staying back and you're still learning, absorbing information, asking questions, reading up on different things, just getting some more knowledge about this situation and whoever else you may have been dealing with. So you have 3 different people showing up, younger, a bit older, and someone a bit more, I would say, this won't be for everybody because not everybody is into spirituality or on a level of tapping into their own spiritual gifts. If you discover them, and embrace them at times, but I feel like the High Priestess could be someone that you may connect with in some way that is more spiritual, or someone that can that does entice you or kind of have you drawn to them because you might want to learn some things about someone else and want to connect with someone who's on a more spiritual level right now, especially when it deals with your religious beliefs in general, your moral compass or whatever, or how you deal with relationships. All right, so I feel like that's the energy of kind of staying back and kind of observing and seeing what's going on. So the person coming towards you for Scorpio, person coming towards you, I'm not sure if that was the 8 of Cups. They might be moving on. I don't know. Let's see person coming towards Scorpio. Yeah, they they aren't really happy with themselves. And if they are coming towards you, it's maybe party. You might drink together. You might eat out together. You might have some good times with that person, but what it's telling me right now is that that person might be into some bad habits that they might need to change, and they might be working on their health, and that might be something that holds them back. So, and that's something that you might have some knowledge about, but I just feel like they might not really be complete and whole with themselves right now, so they could be kind of staying back, and they may even be doing things that could be, it might feel toxic because of how it has you respond to them, especially if they lash out or if they blame you, or they're feeling insecure a bit and not feeling all that great. So it could have you lash out in the same manner. All right, so let's see the response from you, which will also be the outcome for Scorpio, December 30th to 31st. So the home might not be stable. Queen of Pentacles is in reverse, and this is maybe another person is showing up. So a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. Now this person could be a bit high strung, overly aggressive at times, a bit talkative, and things that they might say could be a bit selfish. You know, why are you touching this? Why are you doing this? Why is the place looking like that? You know, try to fix it up. You know, and if it is, you may need to make some changes. But often, where the home environment is not all that stable, or good communication is going on, a lot of compassion, being able to kind of nurture and take care of one another. So there could be some issues going on with someone that you might have some issues with, a mother, family member in your relationship that don't like the person that you might be talking to, or the home environment not having your own place, or it not being how you want it to be. So just making some changes, I feel like you might be doing. So your response is being if you're partying too much or doing different things, it might be a mess. All right, because you might just ignore it and just don't care about it and might walk away from it. That might be an issue because you might be trying to hang out and party. All right, and one more card, the person coming towards you for Scorpio. Yeah, and then that person is, see, they I feel like they might be feeling all that great. All right, so then they lash out at you with the Five of Swords showing up. So they if they feeling insecurity, feeling doubtful, if they have resentment towards you, it's really building up to some kind of peak, and it's really frustrating. Maybe because you feel like you figured them out, or they figured you out in some way. And I will always tell people, I try to let them know, when I'm doing readings like this, these are usually for people who might need to, they might feel like something is going on in their love relationship. Usually the person that you're dealing with, they might not even be into tarot or spirituality and things like that just yet. That's just how the universe, I feel how it kind of pulls people in. So don't feel like this is going to be a reading letting them know about what you might be looking into. They might be kind of learning about these things eventually if they were to get closer to you, but right now I feel like they might be that's the last thing that might be on their mind. So they might be going through some other things. In the lesson in personal growth, you're maybe the catalyst that can kind of help them out as you learn certain things, and then they can kind of piggyback off you, kind of pick up some things and some knowledge. But I feel like they might be kind of stressed out right now. So now this is for what I decided to do for the next 2 days was this will relate to if you're in a relationship, you're talking to somebody, you're single. In some way, you can relate to whoever that might be to you, if you're single or talking to somebody. So let's see for Scorpio, December 30th to 31st. Express your love. It says go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Instead of, that's why the Ace of Swords is showing up. If you do want to get closer to somebody, the way that you're going to, and it's a secret attraction, the only way you're going to really be able to know is if you ask that person, are you available? Who do you talk to? Are you married? And making a choice and decision as well to free yourself from a secret connection or a love affair or something like that you might get into, especially if it's a marriage. You don't want infidelity and things like that to happen, so you need to clear the air. All right, so it's fair. All right, so let's see for Scorpio, December 30th to 31st. And then we have let go of control issues. It says allow the situation to unfold naturally, and that is this control. I feel like some of you might be a bit I wouldn't say you're afraid, but this could be restriction. You could stay with someone and you might know what you need to do, but you might feel as well that the person might lash out or get aggressive because you're talking to other people or you're interested in somebody else, and because they don't feel, things will come to me as I'm talking. So if they don't feel all that great right now, they're really gonna take it out on you, and you feel like you don't want to get into confrontation, you don't want anything, so you might kind of take a low profile approach. And that's why the Page of Swords is showing up. Do something else, watch a movie, rent a movie, go learn something else, go to school, go to class, whatever it might be, or to try to read up on how can you resolve this without getting into confrontation, or have them kind of respond. Having the trust, believe in your gods and your guardian angels. And spirit guides, your guardian angels, will be the ones who make sure that you're not placed in harm's way. And sometimes these things can take a little bit longer, but you have to work through the process of, if you're releasing somebody who you feel is confrontational, it's a way of approaching it lightly, letting them know it's not going to work. The way to get through to that person is don't get too close to them at night. If you're living with them or even dating them, don't give them any idea that you want to get close to them because you want to work through the process of them detaching. Okay, and if you get close, then you're like this again, a sandwich. All right, but as you start to say, hey, no, we're not sleeping together, no, we're not communicating all that much anymore, nothing intimate. The further you move apart from each other, the boundaries get wider and wider. Now you can make your leap, and do what you have to do, because that person is no longer trying to make threats or get in a confrontation, because they don't have that space anymore to do so, because you're not one. You see what I mean? So that's what I feel when it comes to this. If you're interested into somebody new, asking questions, but you still have to deal with what's on your plate right now, first and foremost. All right, so that's going to be a reading. I hope the messages did help out. Have a great next 2 days. I wish you a happy new year. Much love, much light, and you can always go to psychicloveheals.com to schedule something for you. So have a good one.